I welcome to Academic Dialogues, the podcast on higher education systems in India. Today, I am beginning the first episode of this first podcast on higher education with Dr. Pankaj Mittal, who is second Women Secretary General of Association of Indian Universities. We will be meeting many more leaders in Indian higher education system later on and including certain international dignitaries also. Let me briefly introduce you to Dr. Pankaj Mittal. She is a winner in many ways. She topped in MSc and PhD of her studies and then she becomes Fulbright Scholar. Along with that, she was first regular Vice Chancellor of the first Rural Women University of North India. She has taken this university from a Gurukul and developed it into a full-blown university on international map. She has won President Award for digital innovations in higher education and many more awards have followed. So today I am here with Dr. Pankaj Mittal. Namaskar, Dr. Saab. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for giving us time for this podcast out of your busy schedule. And I know I have been following her on LinkedIn that she is traveling to many countries about collaborations, internationalization in higher education of India. So, Dr. Saab, first question would be what was your journey to reach this position?
If I start from, say, my school days, I studied in Ramjas Public School in Charot. My father was a school teacher and we were two sisters and one brother. And because he was a school teacher and my mother was a homemaker, we didn't have very many means to support the family. And but in spite of that, my father ensured that both the sisters, because we both were good in studies, we both studied in private school, whereas my brother studied at a government school, which is rarely seen in a conservative Indian family. So after studying in Ramjas Public School, I took the science stream. Then I went to Hindu College for my graduation. I did mathematics honors from there. And after doing mathematics honors, I went to IARI, Indian Agricultural Research Institution in Pusa, where I completed MSc and PhD in agricultural statistics. So when I was doing my PhD agricultural statistics, I came across an advertisement in National Board of Examinations for the post of research officer. So since only 2 years of my PhD enrollment were complete and I could have taken, 2 years of residency is complete, so I could have taken leave after that and I could have completed PhD as a part-time candidate. So I applied for that post just for the sake of, say, seeing that how job interviews are, because that was my first job interview. But then I was fortunate enough to be selected in my first job interview, and I got appointed as research officer in National Board of Examinations. There I worked for some time, around 3 years, and after that I went to University Grants Commission, which is the apex regulatory body of higher education in our country, at a post of education officer. And then through promotions, I became deputy secretary, joint secretary. And while I was joint secretary in the University Grants Commission, I got an opportunity to be appointed as the first regular vice chancellor of Bhagat Singh Mahila Vishwavidyalaya, which is a rural women university in Haryana. So that was a very challenging task because that Gurukul, it was a Gurukul which was converted into a university, and bringing it on an international map was an onerous task. But I have a sort of a feeling of contentment, satisfaction that I could complete that task with my honesty, dedication, hard work. And today that university is really on an international path. So from after completing 2 terms in Bhagat Singh Mahila Vishwavidyalaya as Vice Chancellor, I came back to UGC. I became additional secretary. And then as additional secretary, I again got an opportunity to come on deputation to Association of Indian Universities as Secretary General. So I was appointed as Secretary General in 2019. I completed first tenure in June of 2024. And again, fortunately, I got the second tenure starting from 24 to 29 as Secretary General of Association of Indian Universities.
Wow, what a wonderful journey. Yes, it is indeed wonderful and inspiration to many women in India who are in the families where they are still taboo, that women can't go out, they can't educate themselves, or even if they educate, they can't work. And here is one role model for us. So, ma'am, my next question would be about UGC. You have worked in UGC. Public knows about UGC, but they sort of not heard about AI. So, what is the role difference of UGC and AIU, and why AIU is not in the public domain so much popular?
So, University Grants Commission is a regulatory body made by an Act of Parliament in 1956. AIU is not a regulatory body; it is a facilitating body which was made much prior to UGC in 1925. So the role of UGC and AIU are entirely different. UGC was set up to coordinate and maintain the standards of education, higher education in the country. So it issues regulations, guidelines, and it even gives grants to the universities and colleges. But as far as AIU is concerned, it doesn't give any grants to universities and colleges. It is not a regulatory body, so it doesn't issue any regulations, instructions. It is a facilitator. So we are a hand holder for the universities. We work as a bridge between the universities and the government. We are a think tank in the field of higher education. We have brought many reports bringing out various issues relating to higher education, and many institutions in the country were established on the recommendations of AIU. And I think the roles are totally different. I mean, there's no overlap. They are working as a regulator. Like if you speak in, say, general parlance for the common man, UGC works like a father, disciplining, maintaining discipline, regulating the children, and we work like a mother, hand holding the universities. If there is any difficulty faced by any university, we handhold them. For example, after COVID, there was a lot of difficulty in, say, using technology for teaching, learning, governance, and research. So we established AADCs, which are Academic and Administrative Development Centers, specifically to train the train the faculty that how they will be using the technology, including advanced technology like artificial intelligence, for complementing their teaching, learning, research, and governance. So there is a lot of difference. Similarly, for promoting internationalization of higher education, we have established an Indian network for internationalization of higher education. The main purpose is to handle those universities who have an intention to do internationalization, but they don't know how to do it, whom to partner with, how to find a partner, how to go ahead with the partnership. So we have established this network in which Indian investors can be a partner, foreign investors can be a partner, individuals can be a partner, and through that they can be promoting internationalization on their campuses, including even how to establish an international students office, because sometimes the regulations are issued, but the universities do need a lot of hand holding on how to do it. So basically UGC tells what to do, we guide them on how to.
How to do. Okay, great. That was my next question. Yeah, so yes, many universities now that internationalization has started are confused how to do it, and AI is there too. Right.
And AIU is the largest university network in the world.
In the world.
We have around 1,060 universities as our members, which is not seen even in the international university associations like Association of Commonwealth Universities or International Association of Universities. So we are the largest university network in the world, and even many foreign universities are our members. So we are doing a lot of handholding, and the universities are very happy with us.
So, ma'am, my next query is recently Elon Musk, which everybody knows now is in limelight after the election in America, said that colleges and universities will be taken over by AI and they would become redundant. How much do you think? And some Indian entrepreneurs are also saying during their interviews that college will lose their entity and this kind of validation that I have a graduate degree in some stream will vanish. How do you think it will happen?
A very good question. There are such type of apprehensions that AI will replace teachers, that AI will replace universities, that AI will replace colleges. But I feel that is not going to happen. AI is not going to replace universities, colleges, or teachers. But yes, the teachers who do not use AI or the teachers who do not know how to use technology, they may be replaced by teachers who know technology, who know AI. So AI is there to help the teachers, AI is there to help the students, But AI cannot completely replace universities and colleges because universities are the places where the knowledge is created. So knowledge creation happens in the university. So AI uses the already created knowledge. They sort of say if you talk of large language models like ChatGPT or Meta AI, they are using the information which is already available on the net and then sort of comprehending it and presenting it in a presentable form. Or it can also help in many other ways, but I feel AI is a very good assistance. So teachers should not shy away from using AI. They should use AI, but for the benefit of the children. But again, I will say that for the use of the AI, especially in a country like India, we need to do a lot of capacity building of the teachers because many times teachers do not know how to use AI for their benefit and the benefit of their own students. So if we have many courses, and then I don't feel that one course in AI will help anybody. AI should be a part of every course, every program in the university. So in every program, the teachers should know how to use AI for their own program. So AI has to be a part of every program, and AI is there to help, not sort of replace the teachers or the universities or the colleges. Of course, the shape of the universities and colleges will change. There will be a lot of virtual universities and colleges. There will be a lot of virtual component in the universities and colleges, but they will not be replaced in entirety.
Thank you so much. That would be a great, revelation also and information also to the parents who are literally confused at this stage. And children are taking their education very lightly now that we can just Google and pass or learn something and we can pick up multimillionaire. Everybody wants to be multimillionaire overnight nowadays. And they feel few skills can help them get that. But it's not true. It's hard work of long years and dedication which enables you. And AI is ultimately made by humans. So humans are feeding, as Ma'am said, that humans are feeding in that information, that knowledge, which AI, that means computer tools, are extracting in a comprehensive form and presenting it to you in a presentable form. Ultimately, AI is also run by humans. Ma'am, for example, I just was at a convocation of First Transport University of India in Vadodara, and what I came to know there is that their courses are totally constructed by involving Indian Air Force officers, naval officers, then railways, and the courses are, for example, BTech in railways, BTech in metro operations. So, do you think now that these students who are studying those courses are directly eligible to apply to these jobs? And they have that kind of already knowledge how the railway operates, what kind of engineering is needed in a railway network. Are we looking for more such industry specific courses? One question. Secondly, is that what we come to know industry academia collaboration? Is it what we mean by that?
So again, I feel that industry specific courses are good, but if all the courses are made industry specific, that will not be right. Because the general knowledge, which the basic knowledge, the foundation knowledge which the student needs is a must. And then whatever industry, I mean, we are having a lot of collaboration between the universities and industries, and it is desirable also because many times we say that many of our students are not employable because they are only learning theory and the practical on job skills they are not having. Therefore, it is important to have the industry partnerships. But preparing the students only for one industry may not be good because the student should have the skills to operate or work in multiple industries or agencies. And that can be done only when they are having the strong foundation, the strong base. So that strong base is very important, but nevertheless, the industry training is required so that they become employable. They are able to work in an environment which is a work environment. And also, the way we are working, the way the technology is changing, the students have to be learning forever. So if the students learn how to learn, so learning how to learn is more important than getting a specific skill. Because if you have the skill of learning how to learn, then you can be learning throughout your life. It has to be a lifelong learning in any case. And the lifelong learning is important because the technology is changing so fast. The other day I was hearing in a conference that the half life of knowledge Means the period in which half of the knowledge becomes redundant. 3 years back it was 15 months and today it has become 5 months. So if the knowledge changes so fast, the students have to be on their toes and they have to be ever learning. Similarly, universities have to keep on revising their or updating their curricula to keep up to the industry standards or the demand of the market. Therefore, industry-university relationship is important. Those linkages are must for having employable graduates. But only one specific training to some students it's okay because they can be absorbed. But to every student, if we give them a very, very specific training, it will not prepare them forever for future for any kind of job. So foundation must be strong, and then over and above that, any type of specific training is more than welcome. But only giving specific training and not making a good foundation of the student, in my opinion, it can be sometimes detrimental to the growth of the student.
So now coming to the very personal question, being a working woman, how do you manage the work-life balance?
So this is very true that for a woman maintaining the work-life balance is a bit difficult as compared to men because women has dual responsibility. They have to look after the family as well as the office work and they have to excel at both the places. So maintaining work-life balance is a delicate balance which the women have to pass through. But then I feel the family support is very important. And in my opinion, without family support, it becomes difficult for a woman to go ahead. And I was fortunate enough to have a very good family support from my spouse, from my children, from my in laws, from my parents. So, my parents, in laws, husband, everybody has been very, very encouraging and very, very supportive. So, because of that support, I think I didn't find much difficulty and I could go through and I could manage both the fields at the same level. And I don't think the family suffered or the work suffered for because of me being a woman.
What is your vision about 2047 India in terms of education?
So Indian higher education space is expanding. The quality is expanding, and the way the new technology or for example, the foreign universities are coming to India. So they will bring in with them a lot of knowledge. They will also provide a lot of opportunities for Indian students to partner with them. Otherwise, also there is a lot of interest in Indian universities to partner amongst themselves and also with the foreign universities. So a lot of collaborations and partnerships when they happen, the quality of education of any country will improve because education, I mean, there's a need to create co-learning spaces. So co-learning spaces are very important if we really want to flourish. We have to learn from others and others have to learn from us. So it is always a two-way process. So the way India is improving in quality, technology, infrastructure, internationalization, skilling, we have a special ministry for skilling. So I feel that in 2047 we will really become a Viksit Bharat, which our Honorable Prime Minister has given a mandate that we have to be a Viksit Bharat. We are already moving towards that direction, whether it is with regard to the economy or infrastructure or inclusion or say any aspect, whether it is skilling or internationalization. In all the aspects, we are moving very fast, and I'm very sure that by 2047 we will be a developed nation and we will be one of the world leaders.
When we talked about Indian Network of Internationalization in India, please tell us what is this and how does it work?
AIU has established a network called Indian Network for Internationalization of Higher Education. So this is a network, a large network, which will connect India with foreign universities. Again, this is the first such network in India on the pattern of NAFSA, which is in USA. So this network, through this network, we want to do many, many things. For example, we will be helping the foreign universities to come to India, not only for the full programs, but for the say, immersion programs. So we want foreign university students to have taste of India. For getting a taste of India, we are arranging immersion programs in India, which are say around 2 weeks of duration, where they get to know about innovation, technology, and they also visit some universities and also about the spirituality, yoga, value education of India. So those immersion programs we are holding. We are also helping Indian universities to find a right partner in foreign universities, because many times Indian universities are not able to find right partners, and also the foreign universities are not able to find a right partner in India. So they do partner with some universities in India. At times they do partner. The partnership ends with the university which is very good in marketing, but maybe not very good in that subject area. So we identify good university in India and a good university in UK and make the partnership happen. And also we are taking many delegations to foreign countries for visiting various universities in those foreign countries so that the partnerships can happen. So in addition, AIU has signed MOUs with many university associations all across the world. For example, we have signed MOUs with universities UK, universities Australia, universities Canada, universities, say Mexico University Association, which is NUS, FICHIT, which is the Association of Taiwanese Universities, Association of Arab Universities, Association of African Universities, Association of Sudanese Universities. So like this, we have MOUs with many universities, and under these MOUs, we try to partner. Like we find a right Indian partner, and they find a right partner from their own country, and we make the marriage possible between the Indian university and the foreign university through these associations, these MOUs. So again, this is very much liked by our universities as well as by the foreign universities, because they are able to have a platform in which they can find a right partner. So these are many ways through which AIU is promoting internationalization, and I feel that in times to come, AIU will be one of the primary organizations which will be promoting internationalization of higher education. So in times to come, AIU will become one of the primary organizations which will facilitate internationalization of higher education on Indian camps.
Perfect. Thank you, ma'am. That was really insightful. And I think in future, students will get educated by one Spanish professor, one British professor, and one American professor, along with Indian professors. You are going to get the best of the faculties at Indian campuses. Thank you so much, Dr. Sa, for giving us time for this first episode of First Indian podcast on higher education. We are really thankful to you
Thank
for
you.
giving
Thank you
us
very much.
time.
Thank you very much.
Okay.